Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Letise Mincy here coming at you with a brand new video. And this is going to be a different video about QuantumFi Global, as you got a certain YouTuber by the name of Danny DeHeck and his Ponzi Avengers team attacking QuantumFi Global with false statements, accusations, whatever you want to call it, right? And let's go ahead and expose Danny the Heck for not knowing anything about what he's talking about. And then let's turn things around on him, Danny the Heck. So before I get going, I don't have to do a financial the disclaimer on here because this is not financial advice. Quantify Global is not an investment platform. It's not a passive reward system. It's not an MLM. So, but I'm going to give it to you anyway. So this is not financial advice. Do not take what I'm saying in this video as financial advice. If you do make a decision, make sure you consult with your legal authorities before doing so, and make sure that it's a good decision for you. Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to this video. All right. So QuantumFi Global, what is it? QuantumFi Global is a banking ecosystem that combines fiat and crypto services together and uses the partners in the banking and cryptocurrency space to be able to operate. QuantumFi Global gives you full and complete control over your funds, whether it's crypto or fiat, to spend and transfer how you see fit. So there are transactions that happen in the blink of an eye. There are transactions in the banking side of things that would take a little while because that's how things work with the banking system, right? So the reason why QuantumFi Global exists is our executive team have been involved with so many things in the past, like many of us have, and they got tired of the failed promises and also failing their communities. So they ended up creating what we have right now, what you see on the screen, QuantumFi Global. And they don't shy from that. They actually admit to their faults and everything like that. And they say this is the reason why it is done, and rather on other reasons. Okay. So the executive team don't hide, unlike what Dan DeHead may claim that they may be doing, but they don't hide. They give updates. They are visible. They are public. You can find their social media information, and you can see them posting about life events, family things, trips, everything like that. They're not hiding. Okay, so let's do this right here. He is claiming that QuantumFi Global is a scam because QuantumFi Global don't have any license, don't have the banking partners listed, on the website, and so on and so forth. We got a smart contract that's connected to a Ethereum phishing address and everything like that. So let's expose Dan the Heck and his team of Ponzi Avengers, which they're not avenging anyone in this right here. They're making themselves look horribly bad, okay? Because they have no clue what they're talking about. So let's ask this question. Do you know that there are banks that provide liquidity to other banks around the world? You may know that, you may not. Well, I'm just telling you right now, that happens. Do you ever see those banking partners listed on the websites of the banks that they're providing liquidity for to help them out? No, because it's something called an NDA. And that's what the executive team have to sign with all of the banking partners. The banking partners demanded. There's a non-disclosure agreement. Just in case you don't know what that is, Danny, and becomes the Avengers. A non-disclosure agreement is signed between the executive team and the banking partners and the big clients as well, to not list them publicly on the QuantumFi Global website. So if you want information and a reason why I'm on this website, and I've already said it 5 times to you, Danny, but you're too afraid to do this, go to contact, and then you will be able to schedule a Zoom meeting using the Calendly link with the executive team and at least one of the banking partners. They will answer all of your questions, Danny. And if you want to record it, you can record it. Other people has already done it and posted on YouTube. But you've done your research, right? Because if you've done your research, you would have known about that and you would listen to the Q&A and everything like that of these other videos out there that's already been exposed to everyone with the executive team and at least one of the banking partners answering questions. And the banking partner is not only the bank, but they are also the creator of the ecosystem that QuantumFi Global has today. Through our fundraising, the pioneer fundraising part, the funds were raised to be able to go ahead and buy the ecosystem. So this is what you see right here. This is the ecosystem right here. Go dashboard. So now I'm here and I'm just showing you right now. You see dashboard, you see e-wallet, you see e-wallet beneficiary, you see crypto. And so let's click on crypto. Do you see anything about here staking or trading for passive rewards? No, you won't. Never been here, never will be here. Because this is not an investment opportunity. This is not a passive streaming income opportunity. This right here is not an MLM. We got a one level referral system right now, which is going to be updated to probably go away completely. Because the banking partners and the big clients, they don't want a referral system. So what's legit, or let me rephrase that. What scam is willing to get rid of the referral system? There isn't one. So you can stop calling QuantumFi Global an MLM because we're not an MLM. Okay, one level. Now, let's continue on. You got the cards. You got a physical card and a virtual card. Is that a crime to have a physical and virtual card that's either a MasterCard or Visa? And also, these cards are created and shipped out from the United States. This is not shipped out from Thailand or Afghanistan, wherever you want to call it. Those kind of countries that has shaky governments. No, this is created and shipped out from the United States. QuantumFi Global, it is registered in the United States. You want to find out where they registered at? I know where they registered at. But if you want to find that out, come right over here. Schedule your Zoom meeting, Danny. And you can record it because other people already record their Zoom meetings with the executive team and the banking partners as well. But you are scared. You're afraid. You always got to be right. And when you have no clue what you're talking about, you're becoming an old senile man right now. You believe anything that everyone throws at you. So let's get back over here. Because I want to go right to crypto. Like I said, no staking, no deposit, no trading, none of those passive reward systems that you see out there. There are obvious scams promising a guaranteed return, right? We don't have that. It is simply funds in, funds out. And it's your money. No one else's money. It is yours. We just provide the ways of showing you how to be able to deposit funds into the ecosystem to your account. And then teach you how to load up the card to be able to spend how you see fit as long as the funds are there. That's it. So, the crypto wallet. I click on deposit. There's only USDC, USDT on the Polygon or Matic network. There is USDT on the Binance Smart Chain. And we added USDT TRC20 probably like a month ago. We started out with just these two options. And this came, maybe like 3 or 4 weeks later. Can't remember the time frame. So what is this notion that QuantumFi Global is linked up to a Ethereum smart contract? First of all, a smart contract is pretty much a passive reward system to where you make a deposit and a smart contract is supposed to pay you out money in agreement to whatever that smart contract is supposed to do, right? Or it's supposed to have some type of trading bot, something like that, right? That's a magical trading bot. There's none of that. We don't have an Ethereum deposit address over here. So what are you talking about that QuantumFi Global smart contract is linked up to Ethereum phishing wallet? which is, if you don't know what that is, that's a scam wallet, people. Okay? So already exposed you again, Danny, for not knowing what you're talking about. Now, do we have Ethereum deposit options? Yes. You go to the banking portal. But this right here is your own dedicated account. The only way that you'll be able to deposit funds back here is clicking on deposit, and you get your own unique deposit address. Okay? Matter of fact, the crypto wallet, it is your own unique deposit address for your account. And when the funds are here, you can do different things. You can do a peer-to-peer transfer by clicking on transfer and using the email address of someone that's in the QuantumFi Global ecosystem. You can exchange from one currency to another. You even got Great British Pound, Euro, USD. Okay? But we have USDC on Ethereum. We have USDT on Ethereum back here. We have the Ethereum mainnet back here. But nobody uses this because they understand that the process back here at the banking portal is slower. I have clearly shown this in tutorials. So are people still willing to go through the process of depositing funds into their fiat currency dedicated bank accounts? Absolutely. Which brings me to this. So you come right here to the transactions, and let's go over, I think it's going to be the next page right here. Maybe one more page. Okay, right here. So in order for you to deposit funds into your dedicated banking account, you either have to link your bank account to one of the options that we have, or you have to call your bank or go into your bank, give them the banking details, which could be a Fedwire, it could be ACH, it can be Swift, and you gotta give the account number. You may have to give the address of the bank because everyone's gonna have not gonna have the same bank. We got different banks that are partnered up with QuantumFi Global, who are managing the flow of funds, who are the liquidity providers. QuantumFi Global is not the liquidity provider, so we don't need to have a license. Dan the heck. So let's go right here. Click on this eyeball. This right here was the ACH test deposit. This came from Navy Federal Credit Union, which is a well-known bank in the United States, especially amongst veterans. And you don't have to be a veteran in order to get an account with Navy Federal Credit Union. You know, I got other friends who have accounts with Navy Federal Credit Unions. They're not veterans at all. But I went into the banking app for Navy Federal Credit Union. I added my account details, and they sent the test deposit, 2 of them. This right here is for 5 cents. This one right here was 9 cents. And once I put those funds in, let's click on this right so you can see that I'm not lying. Navy Federal Credit Union, 9 cents. Once I put those deposits inside of the banking app for Navy Federal Credit Union, they went ahead and verified my account. What did I do after that? I did a test transfer of $55 from my bank account in the United States. And you can see right here, Navy Federal Credit Union, ACH, $55 deposited. What scam is a bank going to allow a deposit, an ACH wire deposit, to happen? More evidence for you that you don't have access to because, hey, you just want to make false accusations, false claims, right? That's what you do. You better go back to exposing the obvious promise to pay Ponzi schemes out there because you're good at that. I respect you for what you do, but you over here talking about QuantumFi Global being a scam, you have no clue what you're talking about. And when these funds come in, the bank that I have is responsible for accepting those funds. They're the liquidity providers, right along with other banks that we partner up with. If QuantumFi Global was to disappear, which that's not going to happen anytime soon, I can go to that bank that I have a bank account with here in the system, and I can withdraw my funds. Does that sound like a scam to all of you? No, but you want to listen to Dan the Heck throw around words. He want to get into the Zoom meeting, and he have 6 different names and have his hand raised and ask a question about KYC, and then immediately go to, I believe this is a scam, without any verified proof. All right, moving on. So you already know that we don't have a smart system. We don't have a smart contract because there's no passive reward system here at all. You back here in the banking portal. Do you see anything for staking? Do you see anything for trading? Do you see any type of guaranteed income? That's what a smart contract does, people. And that's what he's trying to claim. That we're linked up to an Ethereum smart contract. We have the Ethereum deposit options in the banking portal, but nobody uses that. They would deposit in fiat, convert to USDT TRC20, and send to the crypto wallet. So when it gets over to the crypto wallet, these are the options that you have. There is no Ethereum. No USDC, USDT, Ethereum, ERC20 deposit options. There's no Ethereum deposit option in a crypto wallet. This is what everyone is using. There's only a few people that will use the banking portal. Very small amount of people. And that's just for test purposes. And it's also just to do it. Okay? But now, since I have explained what QuantumFi Global is and what it isn't, if you want more information, I challenge you to do the same thing. Schedule a meeting with the executive team. Select the date, select the time, answer the questions that they have there, and schedule your Zoom meeting. If you want to record it, you can record it. So, right here, you go to YouTube. Remember when I said that there's other people that's already had the meetings with the executive team and the banking partners? Here's a video right here. The #1 bank and crypto card solution, QuantumFi Global Corporate Team. You got right here in the middle. I'm not going to put the mouse over the video, over the thumbnail, because they'll start playing. But in the top middle is the CMO, Coach Chris Clark. In the middle left is the Vice President, Patrick Couchman. In the middle is the CEO, Johnny Bowles. In the bottom right is the Vice President and Chairman, Anthony Velasquez. And in the middle right is one of the banking partners, David Allen. Right there, who's actually one of the people responsible for creating the ecosystem that QuantumFi Global has today. A bank is responsible for doing this. But he wants to say that we're a scam and don't have any clue what he's talking about. And that banking partner is on that Zoom meeting right here, over an hour long, answering questions, right along with the executive team. Now, the questions that you may want to ask may be different from what they asked in this video. And this is not the only video that's out. There are other videos that's out talking about QuantumFi Global and showing the executive team right along with David Allen answering questions. Matter of fact, David Allen was at the inaugural launch party of QuantumFi Global this past weekend in Irvine, California. Right along with the other banking partner as well. 2 of them were there. But you won't see Dan the Head doing a video showing that information, do you? Someone that's supposed to be so diligent in doing research failed to show you real evidence of people actually existing, of actual partnerships as well, and showing up to a real inaugural event in Irvine, California. Yeah. Makes you need to question Dan the Heck about that, right? You can go to the QuantumFi Global website. All right. Not website. Go to the QuantumFi Global YouTube channel. So when you type in QuantumFi Global, you will find a lot of videos directly from QuantumFi Global. Here's another video, SDL Marketing, who actually had a meeting with the executive team and also with the banking partner asking questions. Okay, so I'm just telling you, this is just crazy. Let me see here. Oh, this is the shorter version. So yeah, he shortened this version up. But before there's another video that SL Marketing put out with a meeting up with the team. Okay, so when you come up here and you want to search for here's another person talking about it. QuantumFi Global is the one you want to click on. Click on that and go to live. Click on the live tab and you'll be able to see the two videos that were live streamed for the inaugural launch event this past Saturday in Irvine, California. Okay, now let's continue on down here. So Danny the Heck, well, actually, here's the one that you need to look at. It's the one that had the banking partners in the on the yacht celebration. So that's the one right there. Danny the Heck decides to do a video talking about me and QuantumFi Global being scammers. Now, what I'm about to do, I'm gonna click on this. He wants to do a blog and all of the other type of stuff, and I just make sure that it's not gonna play. And I have been commenting underneath his video. And so he want to give a final threat. And I'm not gonna read over all this. I just want you to see that I have been commenting. And so the thing is, looks like he has removed my replies because this is the only one that you're able to see. This is the latest one, 30 minutes ago. I have replied to every comment that he has, a post that he has posted here. Fake phishing, I already exposed that as being a lie. We don't have an Ethereum smart contract at all. We don't have a passive reward system. And I responded to this. And what I am mentioning to him time and time again, which he keeps trying to deflect from, is him being the scammer himself. Why is Dan the Heck really the true scammer here? You come to his website here. You go to services, or not services, passive income. And what does he have for passive income? Shopify. Since when is e-commerce passive? Since when did Dan the Heck become a financial advisor to go ahead and tell you how how something is passive and how something else isn't passive? E-commerce has never been passive income. That's a lot of work. You got to put research in for the products. You got to create the store. You got to set up shipping. You got to set up labels. You got to put in a lot of money and time inside of e-commerce. It is not passive. But he is going around accepting money from people who are willing to pay him for done for you services. What does done for you services mean? That means that he can sell a store that he has created to someone, and on the premises of that being a passive income. And he shows the data of that store and what it has done. He also accepts donations. So I don't accept donations. I don't promote passive income opportunities like I did in the past when we all were, when I was pretty much dumb and didn't understand what the heck I was doing at the time. So this is what Dan the Heck does. But he always wants to try to hide behind Shopify is a licensed company. Oh, so is Herbalife. Herbalife is a licensed company as well. But you will call them a scam. Reason why he is a scammer, and the reason why I'm pointing out that he's accepting money from people for providing stores and other services to people by Shopify opportunity, is this reason right here. The vast majority of Shopify stores estimated to be between 90% and 95% fail within the first 12 to 18 months. This means that only a small percentage, around 5% to 10%, achieve long-term success and profitability. Danny knows this, but he knowingly promotes Shopify as being a passive opportunity, knowing that 90 to 95% of everyone that comes to Shopify as a business partner will fail. Has he paid back a single penny to any of those failed agreements or partnerships that he has established in the past for selling business opportunities to people with Shopify? I guarantee you he hasn't. He needs the money. That's the reason why he accepts donations. Buy me coffee. How do you think he bought his new computer? Through donations. I don't accept donations. I don't promote passive stream income. I'm not a financial advisor. What I can talk about is showing you how you can have full access and control over your funds. How you see fit. You want to ask the question about why is QuantumFi Global decentralized? Crypto is the reason why QuantumFi Global is decentralized. Crypto is decentralized, and QuantumFi Global wants to keep it that way as well. So we leave it up to you to report your income to your government for tax reasons. There's nothing wrong with that. Then, if there's something wrong with that, then MetaMask wouldn't exist. Ledger wouldn't exist. Tether wouldn't exist. Exodus wouldn't exist. And the list goes on. None of those companies report your income to anyone. They're private wallets. They and they don't. It's up to you to report your earnings. Period. Now, people may think that crypto is not decentralized, but that's not the case. The companies are centralized, such as Coinbase, Binance, Kraken, Crypto.com, KuCoin, and the list goes on. BitGet, I can keep going on. Those are centralized. They have to report to the government. So now you seen this information right here. You see what he is promoting. Passive income. He's not a financial advisor. He said I took my classes with Shopify to be able to do what I do with Shopify. I'm sorry. I live in another country. I don't live in the United States anymore. I live in Colombia. If I am to start a business, I need to register that business with the Colombian government to be able to operate. I don't care if it is Airbnb. Airbnb has to be registered with the Colombian government in order for you to run an Airbnb business. If you want to run an Amazon business, you have to be registered with the Colombian government. If you want to run any type of e-commerce business here, or any type of business period, you need to be registered with the government, period. So a company cannot give you permission to become a financial advisor. You need to go to school for that. You need to get your degree from the government stating that you are a financial advisor, not a company, Danny the Heck. This right here is lying. There is no such thing as passive income in the e-com space. You see it right here, passive income. There's no such thing as passive income in e-commerce space at all. So, what it is that I be doing as well? I come over here, I trade crypto. This is real. I'm not gonna show you all my business over here, but I can show you a little bit. You see that right now I got open trades. That's in the loss of almost $100. But I'm overall in profit today of $273 currently. I've talked about Pinex on my YouTube channel. I've been talked about Bybit, cryptocurrency exchange, a little bit as well on my YouTube channel. I've talked about the trading bots that Pinex offers. I also mentioned how you can come right here to the earn section, and I've been buying crypto and staking over on Pinex for a long time. And I built up a nice bag for someone at my income level. I'm not going to show you how much I got, but when I come right here to earning, you see right here, it says no lockup period, compound as well. This is a licensed and regulated broker, by the way, okay? They are licensed in the United States and Singapore to operate in both countries. And then other countries around the world as well. So I put all of the crypto that I want to hold over here in the earning section. And I stake and I earn more crypto every hour. Doesn't matter if the market is going up or going down. And it compounds my earnings and the crypto itself. So you go on Telegram, you see my moniker is I get paid daily. This is the reason why. I literally get paid daily because I am earning every single day, every single hour by staking my crypto over here in the earning section of Finance. Okay? So if you got any other questions about QuantumFi Global and its legitimacy, unlike Danny Heck is willing to do, come over here to the QuantumFi Global official website, quantumfiglobal.io, click on contact, and schedule a meeting with the executive team and the banking partner. So that way they can answer your questions. And it's very simple. They just click on a date. You click on a date, you select a time, and you click on next. And then right here, you put your first and last name, you put your email address, you can add guests. I said, we don't have nothing to hide here at QuantumFi Global. It's just that I am not on the executive team. I don't know all of the information, but they do because they got to sign NDAs and they cannot share it with someone like me who's the pioneer, who helped QuantumFi Global launch. All right. And, so please tell us the name of your company. So if you want to make up something, make up something. That's up to you. What is your company's URL? If you want to create a URL for cheap on names cheap, you spend like, I don't know, $3. I don't know, whatever the case may be. Or if you got a community and you got a link tree link, use that. And what is your title with the company? What is your best contact number? How many employees does your company have? You got a drop down menu. Okay. Yeah, does your company have global reach? How soon are you looking for a solution? We would love to get a jump on preparing for our call. Please share what your specific needs are so we can begin to tailor your solutions package. So if you are one of those business people that want information, you go right here. Or you can email QuantumFi Global Executive Team. And that's going to be support@quantumfiglobal.io. Support@quantumfiglobal.io. Or corporate@quantumfiglobal.io. Again, corporate@quantumfiglobal.io. Dan the Heck has failed to do any of those things. Okay? When I shared what he is claiming about QuantumFi Global to the executive team, everyone laughed at him. Absolutely everyone. And everyone said immediately, we don't have a smart contract. Which I already knew. And we sent that email to the banking partners. They the heck don't want problems with the banking partners that we have. They come at him and his Ponzi Avenger team in all kinds of ways that he cannot even think of. So, you want the real information? Reach out to the executive team to get your answers. I just did a video exposing the lies and debunking Dan the Heck and exposing him as the true scammer. Matter of fact, QuantumFi Global has issued refunds to people because the reason why probably Dan the Heck thinks that QuantumFi Global is a scam because there were people out there promoting QuantumFi Global as a passive income opportunity, which it never has been. And when those people found out the truth, they were disappointed. Like, I thought I was getting this. I thought you was doing this. Like, no, we never claimed to do that. Did you watch any of the Zoom meetings? Did you look at any of the recordings that we got on YouTube channel? Did you read over the documents that we have? It never states that there's a passive reward system, period. No smart contract. None of that. But there were some MLM Ponzi promoters lying to the public while promoting QuantumFi Global. And QuantumFi Global has issued refunds to those people who were lied to by those promoters. And Dan the Heck's like, can you provide receipts of that? Who are you? Nobody have to provide receipts to you showing refunds. What's your refund policy? Okay, it's just ridiculous. You know, you're not a financial advisor, you're not a police officer, you're not an attorney, you're none of that type of stuff. So stop it, Danny. You're embarrassing yourself. But has QuantumFi Global issue refunds? Yes, and I know. You know, I'm not making this up. I absolutely know that I was involved with the process one time of helping refunds be issued because of the update that's going on in the system. The corporate team didn't have access to their funds at the time, and they reached out to me. Well, one of the executive team members reached out to me and asked me for help, and eventually returned the funds to me. I sent the funds to the person that he wanted me to send the funds to. I'm not gonna tell you who it is. None of your business. But just know that I was directly involved with the refund process. And that person spent $500. How much did we give that person? $550. So $50 more than what they spent just for the hardship of them being lied to by these punty promoters out there about QuantumFi Global. I said, I ain't got nothing to lie about. I don't lie. You know, you can ask my wife, you can ask my mom, you can ask my family members. My wife gets mad at me because I don't lie. She hates me telling the truth all the time. But that's the way I am. I don't need to lie. I'm going to be direct and honest with everyone. I don't care who you are. So that right there wraps up what I want to talk about in this video. Danny the Heck, you better hope that these people that you sold on a promise of passive income with Shopify don't come after you. You said you like to wear the shirt, no scam. Where is it at? It keeps moving. There it is, no scam. But you are the scammer. How many people has failed in Shopify after you promoted it to them, accepted their money to sell a store or services to them, they failed, and you did not give them any of their money back? It's like it's gonna be Shopify's refund policy. Okay, so if you truly care, like you claim to on your YouTube channel, then shouldn't you do the right thing and give people back some of their money? So if someone sent you, let's say, $500 for an already built store, is it hard for you to send back, let's say, half of the money? I understand that you in this to make money and everything like that, but the way that you're claiming that this how this work is a straight up lie, and you're not telling them this right here. Between 90 and 95% fail in Shopify e-commerce. What does that put that Shopify in the same category of Herbalife, Whole Life Changes, Surge 365, and all those other MLM opportunities out there? Mary Kay, Amway, list goes on, right? The ones that you like to call a scam, you're promoting the same kind of business. What do little business do? Yeah, they have an MLM structure, but they got direct sales of products. You are doing direct sale of a product, making money off other people, knowing that they got a high failure rate. You know it. That's the reason why you refuse to accept that, and you just keep on deflecting from Shopify. Every time I'm gonna keep bringing it up. You are a scammer, Danny. You are a scammer, Danny. Hope this right here haunts you in your dreams. We're not scamming nobody over here. This is my money. All this that you see back here is my money. I even earned extra money because I was working from home. So how is it that this is an MLM scheme? Where's the past rewards? Why is it that I was working from home? That I resigned from that job because my family needs me more than that job does. I was literally working, registered to work right here in the Colombian government, working from home. That's exactly what I was doing in the estoppels, or the estoppels industry. So if you don't know what estoppel is, That is when in the United States, for example, that's where I was making all my phone calls at from Colombia to the United States in Florida, in the state of Florida especially. When someone is ready to sell their property, they have to go through a lien search. They have to get an estoppel search done as well, and all that costs money. The estoppel shares all the important information about that property. If there's an HOA involved, what the HOA fees are, if there's special assessments, what's the frequency of the payments for the HOA fees, if the accountant's in collections, if the accountant's delinquent, if the list goes on, the insurance contact information for the property. That's what I was just working in. So if this right here is an MLM Ponzi scam with a passive reward system, why am I working? Why are many of the people in QuantumFi Global still working? Come on now. Y'all make it make sense. I know, because it don't make sense to me, right? That's why I had exposed Dan the Head for the fraud that he is. Okay? So that right there wraps up what I want to talk about in this video. I hope that you like what you heard and saw. I don't care if you want to tell Dan the Head that I did the video, go for it. Share the link. I hope that he looks at it and see the lies and that he is spreading about QuantumFi Global, and also seeing the liar that he is, the scammer that he is. We don't take money from people. Do you need I had to pay to get into QuantumFi Global just like everyone else. Actually, I paid for 2 different SSPs. And so I'm at the what you call the elite. So let's go right here to the packages. I'm gonna show you that, so you understand what I'm talking about. I came in at the Quantum Prime. I also paid for my wife to become a Quantum Prime, so that's where she's still at. Then I actually spent another $1,000 to join as a Quantum Elite. I have to pay too, So there's no discrimination over here. Pioneers only get a discount on the first 2 packages here. That's it. Everything else you got to pay full price for, and there's no difference in pay. I spent the discounted price for Quantum Prime at $250. Then I had to spend $1,000 to get the Quantum Elite. That goes for everyone. Everyone has to pay to get one of these packages, so you can have access to the ecosystem that also offers a virtual and physical card. That's not illegal, and that's not taking anyone's money. Then you're able to go ahead and use the system freely how you see fit. Send the money over to your cards, swipe your cards online, in stores, in restaurants, rent vehicles, where the case may be. But how many of you have experienced the issue of depositing $10,000 or more in your bank account, and then the very next day you don't have access to those funds? QuantumFi Global does not do that to you. And that's what we're allowing people to have access to. Absolute control and access to their funds. That is it. So Dan the Head can make up all the accusations that he wants to. He can try to ask all the questions like he is, someone of government, FBI, CIA, something like that. He's none of that, right? Matter of fact, when I was doing my videos exposing scams, I never portrayed myself or tried to imitate someone of that kind of authority. Who am I to ask questions like Dan the Heck is asking? So you come right here so you can get an understanding. This is what he's doing. Has no visible license, no terms of service, no banking partner disclosures, charges $1,000 for a metal card. That's only one package I just showed you. There are 3 right now, and there are 2 more coming. You come in at $200 one time. There's no monthly. There's not repetition. You don't have to pay $200 a month. You don't spend $500 a month, $1,000 a month. It's a one-time payment to activate the package. Then you get access immediately to your virtual card once you complete the KYC. Yeah, just stupidity here. So it says, and uses Calendly as the compliance desk. No, it's not a compliance desk. Calendly is the opportunity for clients and banks, because if you go back Right up here, you go look at the first live video that was at the inaugural launch. You will hear the president and chairman Anthony Velasquez saying in that live video, yes, banks are using our ecosystem to transfer funds, because what QuantumFi Global offers is reach, global reach. We're not liquidity providers. The banking partners are. Matter of fact, let's go right here. Let me show you this before I go. You come to crypto, you want to buy, and let's say that you select Changely. You got Stripe here as well, okay? But they're not responsible for the acceptance and movement of crypto inside. Let's click on confirm. Okay? Now this right here was updated recently. So let's give it time to populate. And you can see right here, you're buying from Works, you're buying from Bansa, you're buying from MoonPay, and then the one that is actually in on charge of accepting funds, crypto, and transferring crypto is TigerPay. TigerPay is a licensed company for cryptocurrency. They have their own debit card as well. They have their own exchange. And they are able to be downloaded on Google and Apple devices. Not Google, but Android and Apple devices. That's who's responsible for crypto, not QuantumFi Global. The partners are responsible for the movement of funds in and out of QuantumFi Global, not QuantumFi Global. We're not liquidity providers for the umpteenth time that I said it, right? The partners are the liquidity providers. So that right there wraps up what I want to talk about. I hope that you like what you heard and saw. If you're interested in joining QuantumFi Global, please do your own due diligence. Don't take my word for anything. Don't listen, especially don't listen to Dan. He has no clue what he's talking about. If you want to get in contact with the executive team, hey, we got a Telegram group. I will put the email links down in the description of the video. You can email the executive team to try to set up a meeting. Just understand that they're very busy. They're always talking to other banks, corporate companies, and high net worth individuals as well. That's what they're constantly doing. And we just had a high net worth individual at the inaugural launch event in Irvine, California, speaking, who is a published author, a movie producer, and entrepreneur. Multi-millionaire was speaking right there because he actually uses QuantumFi Global as well. So if you got banks, you got corporations, you got high net worth individuals using the ecosystem, how is it that this is a scam? Now, I can't give you that information. And the executive team won't tell you who the high net worth individuals are, but they won't tell you all the banks neither, but they can tell you who are some of the banking partners, which they have mentioned openly on some of the Zooms. And like I told Danny multiple times, if he knew who the banking partners are or were, he would not be going around screaming scam, going on this so-called mission of his, trying to expose QuantumFi Global. He's not exposing anything. He's exposing himself. And what you think you can do well, I can do it better. You're the scammer, Danny. You're the scammer, Danny. You scam people out of their money on a promise of passive income with Shopify that has a 90 to 95% failure rate. You're no different from any other MLM scams out there. You're the exact same thing. You're the scammer. That right there is all I gotta say. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time in this video. Take care, everyone.